Today, I'm going to talk about Jute for all first-year students of the University of Distance Education except English specialization. The title of the unit you are going to learn is Jute. After learning this unit, I hope you will have improved your writing and reading skills. Moreover, you will have learned new vocabularies, and you will be proficient in the structure of conditional clauses. Before you listen to this lecture, what I'd like you to do is open your textbook and turn to Unit 7, Jute. I hope you are now in Unit 7. So, let's start our lesson. I'd like to ask you a set of questions. The first question is, what is the title of the passage? It is Jute. The second question is, have you seen jute plants? Here are some pictures of jute plants. It is a kind of plant grown in Southeast Asia, and the fiber derived from it is used for making ropes and clothes. The third question is, how many paragraphs are there in this passage, Jute? There are 5 paragraphs in this passage, Jute. What is the main idea of the first paragraph? The first paragraph tells us for what purposes jute plants are cultivated, how they are classed, and where they grow. What is the second paragraph about? In the second paragraph, you have to learn different kinds of jute, features of jute plants and leaves, the weather and the soil for cultivating jute plants. Let's go on reading the third paragraph. The third paragraph tells us when jute plants are harvested, how jute plants are harvested, and what we have to do to get the valuable fiber. The fourth paragraph tells us how to free fibers from the rest of the stalk and from the root, and how to dry them. Here comes the last paragraph. This paragraph tells us the usefulness of jute. It also describes the things that are made from jute. Okay, I hope you all will understand the reading passage Jute. If you do not understand well, you have to read the passage again and listen to my lecture again. If there is any difficult word that you do not understand, you can look and check it up under the titles, Notes and Vocabulary of Unit 7 in your textbook. To let you understand more, I will ask you some questions. The first question is, what is jute the name of? To get the answer for these questions, look at the very first sentence of the passage. Jute is the name of both a plant and the fiber derived from it. The plant is cultivated for the fiber of its stalk. So, jute is the name of both a plant and the fiber derived from it. Here is another question. Where does most of the world's supply of jute come from? You are asked to find out the place where jute comes from. Look at the sentence. Most of the world's supply comes from Bangladesh and northeastern India. This sentence tells you the answer. So, the answer is, most of the world's supply of jute comes from Bangladesh and northeastern India. Let's answer the third question. What is done to jute plants while they are growing? To answer these questions, read the second paragraph and you will see the answer in the sentence. The seed is sown in spring, and while the plants are growing, they are thinned out so that only about 3 are left to each square foot of soil. So, the answer is jute plants are thinned out while they are growing. The fourth question is, what sort of climate does jute require for successful cultivation? This question asks you the climate jute require growing well. So, read the second paragraph again. The sentence, the successful cultivation of the plant demands a fertile, well-drained soil and a hot, moist climate with at least 3 or 4 inches of rain per month. Give you the answer. So, the answer is jute requires a hot, moist climate for successful cultivation. Fifth question is, what happens if jute plants are not harvested and the seed is ripe? To get the answer, read the third paragraph. You will see the answer in the sentence, the crop is harvested in late summer or early autumn when the flowers begin to fade. If it is harvested before then, the fiber is weak. If it is left until the seed is ripe, the fiber is 2 crops. So the answer is, if jute plants are not harvested until the seed is ripe, the fiber is 2 cords. I hope you all understand how to answer the questions, and what I want you to do is answer the remaining questions from your text and then check your answers in your study guide. Here are some similar meanings you have to study for Unit 7. I will read out for you. Obtained, derived, grown, cultivated. Quantities, amounts. Thin, slender. Grow, cultivation. Requires, demands. Lose their color, fade. Full of, stripped. Strongly holds, grabs. Suddenly pulls, jugs. Varying, ranging. Packaging, bundling. Needed, require. You have to study these words so that you will do well in your exam. I will show you some example sentences to let you understand well. The first sentence is, the new thread is obtained from fish oil. You have to substitute the word obtained with another word which is similar in meaning. What you have learned is obtained, derived. So, derived is the answer for these questions. The second question is, the region is too dry for plants to grow. You have to substitute the word grow with a similar word. What you have learned is grown, cultivated. Here, the form of the verb is past participle, but the form of the verb in your questions is infinitive. So, the answer for these questions is not derived, and you have to change the verb cultivated into cultivate. The third question is, in the strong heat regions, food aid is urgently needed. The answer for this question is derived, needed, required. And the word study, you will also have to study different forms of words so that you can answer question number 3 in your exam questions. Rewrite the following with the correct forms of the words given in brackets. To answer this type of questions, you have to know 8 parts of speech: the verb, the noun, the pronoun, the adjective, the adverb, the preposition, the conjunction, and the interjection. It is important to understand that every word in a sentence has a job to do, a role in the sentence. A noun is a word used to refer to people, animals, objects, substances, states, events, ideas, and feelings. A noun functions as a subject or object of a verb, and it can be modified by an adjective. Let's study some examples. Ujo likes to eat moringa. Here, Ujo is a person, and so it is a noun. Bagan is an ancient town. Here, Began is a place, and so it is a noun. To cook, you need a couple of pots. Here again, a pot is a thing, and it is also a noun. Honesty is a great value to possess. In this sentence, honesty shows the quality, and so it is also a noun. A verb is used to show an action or a state of being. In the sentence, he was running through the forest. Was running shows the action, and it is a verb. He was sad that particular morning. Here, was sad is the state of being, and it is a verb. Adjectives are used to describe or specify a noun or pronoun. The beautiful woman only wanted a couple of pairs of shoes. In this example, beautiful modifies the noun woman. The raining day made it even sadder. In this sentence, raining modifies the noun day. So, beautiful and raining are adjectives. An adverb is used to modify a verb, adjective, and other adverbs. The little girl walked happily through the park. Happily tells us how the little girl walked. The orphan hungrily ate the hot stew. Hungrily tells us how the orphan ate the hot stew. So, happily and hungrily are adverbs. Now, let's move on to structure study. Under this, you have to study conditional clause or if clause. There are 4 types of conditional clauses. They are zero conditional, first conditional, second conditional, and third conditional. You use conditional clauses to talk about a situation and its possible results. Conditional clauses normally begin with if. A conditional clause needs a main clause to make a complete sentence. The conditional clause can come before or after the main clause. Okay, let's study the 4 types of conditional. The form of the zero conditional is if plus present simple, comma, present simple. This means that present simple is used in both if clause and the main clause. Let's look at the example. If you mix blue and yellow, you get green. We use the zero conditional here because making green by mixing yellow and blue is general true. Let's move on to another conditional. The first type of conditional. The form of the first conditional is if plus present simple, comma, will plus verb infinitive. The verb after if is present simple and the verb in the main clause is will plus verb infinitive. Although we use the present simple after if, we use it for a possible future action or situation. To understand more clearly, let's study the example. If I have enough apples, I will bake an apple pie this afternoon. Make a note that we use the first type of conditional to express real conditions in the future. Before I move on to another conditional, I conclude the 2 conditionals. When we want to talk about things that are true in the present, we use the zero conditional. When we want to talk about things that will be true in the future, we use the first type of conditional. We will go on to the second type of conditional. The form is if plus past simple, comma, would plus verb infinitive. We use this form to talk about the present and to imagine something different from the real situation now. For example, if Shakespeare were or was alive today, he would write more plays. The real situation is that Shakespeare isn't alive. Thus,
When we express unreal conditions in the present or future, we use the second type of conditioner. Let's study the form of the third type of conditioner. The form is if plus past perfect, comma, would have plus verb 3. We use this form to talk about unreal conditions in the past. For example, if I had enough time, we would have watched TV yesterday. This means that I did not have enough time to watch TV yesterday. Before I give you some exercises, I would like to summarize the second and third types of conditioner. When we want to talk about things that are unreal in the present or future, we use the second type of conditioner. When we want to talk about things that were unreal in the past, we use the third type of conditioner. I hope you understand all types of conditioner. To check your understanding, I will give some conditional sentences. Please try to complete the sentences as correctly as possible. The first sentence is, if I take in brackets this test now, I would not be well prepared. The correct answer is, if I took this test now, I would not be well prepared. The second sentence is, if I had known the news, I tell in brackets you first. The correct answer is, if I had known the news, I would have told you first. The third sentence is, if my sister comes back home, we always cook in brackets something special. The correct answer is, if my sister comes back home, we always cook something special. The last sentence is, if you pass the exam, you get in brackets a certificate. The correct answer is, if you pass the exam, you will get a certificate. Now, let's move on to writing. In this lesson, you will learn the sequence connectors such as first, then, next, finally, before, after. These sequence connectors are used to link actions in sequence. To understand well, I will read out some sentences. First, he walked into his study room. Then, he sat down on the chair. Next, he took his books and studied his lesson. Finally, he went to bed. Here are 6 sentences for you to rearrange them into the correct order and use the sequence connectors such as first, then, after this, next, finally, and here. The first sentence is, the fibers are hanged to dry in the sun. The second one is, it is sent to the factories to be woven.
I hope you all understand this unit clearly. Please try your best to get through the examination without any difficulties. Goodbye.